Airbnb's decision to ban indoor cameras from all of its rental properties is being met with praise from travelers who have long complained about being recorded, but there are questions around whether the move goes far enough. Joining me is cybersecurity expert Claudiu Popa. Claudiu, thank you.
Thanks for having me on the show, Dan.
So Airbnb has always required the presence of indoor cameras to be disclosed in a rental listing. If that was the case, why wasn't that enough? Why this change?
Well, I think it's been long enough, and the brand has suffered over the years. I think a lot of people have seen even the SNL skit last week, where it became a bit of a running joke. There's an almost an assumption of the presence of hidden cameras, secret pinhole cameras in Airbnb locations, and by and large, this is not the case. Most Airbnb hosts are respectful and certainly respect Airbnb's policies. Unfortunately, the company must have noticed that it was having a detrimental effect to their brand and to the confidence of the public. So they've made it a lot less ambiguous by simply saying no cameras at all indoors. And if there are external cameras, make sure that you share their location.
Okay, so hidden cameras have always been banned under their rules, but there are cases of guests uncovering them. So as an expert who knows all about this stuff, when you're staying at an Airbnb, what do you look for? Do you go through and check all the sockets? How do you make yourself feel secure?
Actually, yes, I do. I'm one of those people who check all the outlets and the alarm clocks, and they look between books on shelves and in ceiling vents and so on. That's just it's just a practice that I do in hotels as well. However, we've had all sorts of horror stories from Airbnb guests as recently as last year, and the RCMP investigated a case of a few ladies that reported hidden cameras in the bathroom. So the public always has this a bit of uncertainty, and over the years that uncertainty has grown along with those sketchy reports. So I think the company took the right step in removing the policy of even allowing cameras on or in shared spaces inside these homes and rental properties.
Okay, so this ban is going to take effect April 30th. What are the consequences for those Airbnb owners who are hosts, I guess, who don't comply, who leave a camera indoors?
I think the first time that they're reported, they're going to have to comply within hours. I believe I saw somewhere in the policy that they literally will be banned from the site if they fail to comply, and of course that's in addition to the legal recourse that renters will have to effectively have that looming threat of a lawsuit on top of the entire situation with the embarrassment and the lack of trust and the loss of public confidence. So that can severely undermine the profit potential of any location.
Okay, I found it very enlightening that you do check the electrical sockets when you check into an Airbnb or a hotel. You were careful to mention, but any other pieces of advice for people who are watching who have concerns about this with their rentals?
Yes, I think if there's any concern at all, I think people should come right out and say, have you complied with the policy which kicks in or has already kicked in, depending on when you're asking. Just make sure you get it in writing to say, no, we don't have internal cameras. Most property managers will also say, we have no indoor and no outdoor cameras at all. And that will go a long way towards establishing that trust. As for property owners, my tip is, and this is the strongest tip I have, is to use, to secure those cameras, because they're all connected to the internet. Make sure you secure them with really long passwords, and if possible, with multi-factor authentication. You certainly don't want people peering into your properties who are unauthorized and who can, in fact, use it as leverage and for extortion.
Wow. Well, so you took this Airbnb issue and you brought it home for a lot of people who have security cameras at all. Claudio Popa, thank you so much for your advice today.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.